Hello and welcome to Sarat Chandra IAS Academy YouTube channel. Recently, Election Commission of India successfully conducted general elections to the Indian democracy. Students who are preparing for civil service examination prelims might be well versed with the facts like part 15, article 324 to 329 and so on and so forth. However, most of the students are not aware about facts associated with Election Commission of India. Certain facts like what are the different types of forms, which form is used for the nomination process, which form is used to for the withdrawal of nomination. Similarly, which form is used for the filing affidavit, so on and so forth. Similarly, students may not aware about several categories of electoral offices. Through this video, we will try to provide such basic unnoticed important facts for a prelims examination. Hello, and I am Kalyan Dutt, faculty for Current Affairs, International Relations and Indian Constitution in Sarat Chandra IAS Academy. To start with, Form A and Form B. Friends, Form A, Form B deals with, Form A and Form B deals with, that is a basic information. It deals with important communication, or it offers an important deals Friends, Form A and Form B, it deals with an important thing, that is it offers communication with regard to authorized persons to intimate names of the candidates set up by the recognized national or state political party or unrecognized or registered political party. It is just to communicate to the authenticate persons. Form A, Form B, not very much important seriously. And then we have Form AA and BB, Rajya Sabha and Legislative Council elections, not strictly important for us as of now. Form 2A and 2B, you can see this. 2A deals with nomination papers for contesting elections to the Lok Sabha, that is House of People. 2B deals with nomination papers for contesting elections to the Vidhan Sabha, that is Legislative Assembly. Friends, 2A, 2B are very much important for our exam point of view, because elections were contested for these two sections recently. 2C and 2D associate with Rajya Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, and 2E deals with nomination papers with respect to Vidhan Sabha, and specifically it is talking with respect to graduates and teachers constituencies. Friends, 2C, 2D, 2E are not specifically strongly important. Then we have 2F, kindly correct here, it is 2F, and 2F deals with, so 2F to 2H deals with Sikkim. Friends, 36th Amendment 1975 added Sikkim to the Indian territory. So it has some separate provisions. Just have an idea about 2F to 2H deals with that. Then we have Form 5 deals with the withdrawal of candidates, withdrawal of candidatures from Form 5, which is again important for our prelims point of view. Then Form 6. See, Form 6 deals with application for new votes. So if a person want to enroll as a voter, new voter, Form 6 is the needed one, Form 6. And then we have Form 6A, talks about inclusion of names in electoral rolls by an overseas elector. So if you are an overseas elector, you must use Form 6A. Then you have Form 6B, talks about authentication of your electoral roll through Aadhaar. So here, letter of information of Aadhaar number for the purpose of electoral roll authentication. That is, if you are already elector, if you are already registered elector, so your electoral roll will be authenticated through Aadhaar. That is Form 6B. Then 7, it deals with objections. A form for objections of proposed inclusion, deletion of names in the existing electoral roll. Let us say your name was deleted. So how to approach? You have to take the Form 7. So that is one Form 7 deals with. Form 8 talks about, see, Form 8 has two specific things. Form 8 of rule number 13 subclause 3 deals with corrections and shifting of residence or replacement of epic or marking PWD. So this is form 8 associated with rule 13 and subclause 3, whereas rule 12 deals with one more form 8. So that is your appointment of election agent. So appointment of election agent is associated with rule 12, and then here form 9 talks about revocation of appointment election agent. Then we have polling agent, and then we have a revocation of polling agent. See, polling agents are the people who will help the election commission in conduction of elections in a smooth manner. Okay, so to conduct elections, to ensure that voting happens fairly in the booth, it is the duty of polling agents only. Then form 12D, very important one. Let us say you comes under absentee voters. What do you mean by that? The persons who are in the essential service, maybe, so like fire services, maybe some security services, they can use this ballot voting process under 12D. So if you are absentee voter, if you comes under essential services category, you will use 12D and you will vote in the ballot papers, and that is letter of intimation to the assistant returning officer about your voting process. Then form 18 talks about counting agent, and form 19 talks about revocation of appointment of counting agent, and form 20 talks about result sheet. Okay, so counting result sheet, so counting sheet for presiding officer, it is talks about final result sheet. Form 20 final result sheet. 22A appointment of authorized agent by political parties for elections to the Council of States, not very much important as of now. On 26, which is most important one, that is filing affidavit, which includes your spouse name, your children names, your bank account details, your assets, liabilities, criminal background of a candidate, so on and so forth. That is form 26. Do have an idea. So friends, then the most important interesting information is form 17A. Form 17A consists of list of all registered voters. It consists of all the copy of voters who have voted. And 17B, which is associated with the tendered voters. Friends, these tendered voters associated with rule 49P of election rules, which is very, very interesting one. And you have a movie from Tamil industry, a movie name titled Sarkar, which is acted by Vijay Thalapathy. Friends, in that movie also, those who watched the movie, they have an idea. So his vote was already casted by someone. So he want to prove that. So he must provide the details like authenticated epic card or Aadhaar Act. He must prove that he doesn't voted previously and he will vote. Generally, you will vote in EVMs, but if you are voting under tendered vote category, you won't cast your vote in EVM. You will cast your vote in a ballot paper, and that will be sealed by the returning officer. And one more interesting thing, according to a former election commissioner Gopalaswamy information, this tender vote doesn't included in the calculation of the results. It just you voted for your satisfaction, that's it. So this is a typical nature of tender votes. Remember, form 17B associated with tender votes, and rule 49P is the most important one. And 49O, rule 49O, very important, negative voting or no voting process, which is right now, which is associated with the NOTA closely. Then we have some important officials who are part of Election Commission of India. To start with, we have Chief Election Commissioners and other election commissioners. I guess students are mostly aware about those things, and I request you kindly have a brief idea. We have Election Commission Appointment Services Act in 1992, which was recently updated after the great judgment of Anup Bhanrawala versus Union of India. And now we have Election Commission of India, Election Commissioners Appointment Act 2023, which reversed the judgment of Supreme Court previously. So please have some specific information about appointment process. Right now, it is now going through collision system. So kindly have an idea about that particular aspect. Then we have Chief Electoral Officer. So we have chief electoral officers who will oversee the election operations in the state and union territory, and he will act as under the Election Commission of India, and he will be appointed by the Election Commission of India in consultations with the state government or union territory administration. Then we have district election officer, DEO, and who will manage the election activities at the district level, designated by Election Commission of India with a state government consultation. A returning officer is almost head of the that particular polling area, and he will conduct the election on assembly constituencies appointed by Election Commission of India in coordination with state or union territory administrations. Then we have ERO, who will monitor about the registration of electoral registration officer. He is responsible for preparing of electoral rolls and constituencies appointed by Election Commission of India in consultations with local authorities. Then we have presiding officers who will manage the polling officers, assistants appointed by DEOs, and he is also appointed by DEO in state and by RO in the union territories. Then we have election observers. We have general observers who will observe the elections in smooth and perfect conduction, and then we have expenditure observers who will regulate the financial aspects of the polling process, and then have police observers for the law and order security, for the law and order maintenance, micro observers who will monitor the vulnerable areas, and there they will conduct mock polls and so on and so forth. So these are the key important basics of several forms available during election process, as well as key important officials. And thank you so much, and Jai Hind.